the way that I view it is complete submission and love for nature. It's a way of being and living and serving. It's this embodiment of joy that I see in my teacher.
Siddha, which comes from the original Tamil word chittam or chittar. Siddha is simply to be alive, present, to be awakened and aware. It's a process of love.
The Siddhas never worshipped any deities, so they basically worshipped the nature, and they were trying to understand the nature and transcend the limitations of a human existence.
In the Siddha tradition, anyone can be a person following that. A teacher may be in the Siddha tradition. A goldsmith can be in this tradition. A carpenter can be in this tradition. Any person in a mode of Siddha can follow this tradition. Otherwise, we can say it is the personalities who attain the highest possibilities of a human can reach. They are all belongs to Siddha tradition. They are called as Siddhas.
They are known to be the masters of the basics, and they have in their hands these basic ingredients, so to speak, and all the different dimensions that the Siddha tradition is famous for. It's simply an expression of this mastery of the basics. So from that level, they are very adaptable to the situation, to the need of the people. I would say high adaptability on all levels, whether medicinal, spiritual, healing, but of course with proper respect to the basics and to the laws of nature. So this is constant, everything else is changeable.
Worshipping nature is the way of the Siddha. It's a very simplistic way of saying many things. Nature, meaning all of existence, not just our physical, natural surroundings. And the space that holds it all, the entire creation, is nature. The polymorphous tradition known as Siddha encompasses all of it. It encompasses all of it in such a way that a true master has become one who has that entire nature lived within themselves. They are a walking, talking cosmos. In more human terms, we could say, as humans, we chase after the world, after nature. We have to take food, we have money, we have job, we have recognition, we have to breathe air, we have a lifespan that is measured in time and space. The Siddha, all those things chase a Siddha. The cosmos chases after a Siddha.
One thing that all different paths of Siddhas have in common, they are very nature-centric. In other words, nature is very important in the Siddha path, no matter which different path you have, because to them, nature is everything. Nature is not only foundational, but nature is only existential too. So everything is created by nature, and everything is supported by nature. Wonderful qualities of nourishing, of giving, of mothering. So the Siddhas, no matter which path they were very observant, and they really took deep thought on mimicking nature, on paying attention to her cycles, on paying attention to the way nature worked. Based on that, they developed many methods of healing, of diagnosing diseases, of being able to see way beyond what regular human can see, and therefore bring forth many discoveries in alchemy, medicine, in many different types of life.
We are part of the nature, and we should not forget this flow that is here all around us. When we are in nature, we can feel it to a great extent. This flow is within us also. To find this flow back in ourselves, it's we should be much in nature. I'm very grateful to know about the minimalistic movement system, or the Tarsarpu system created by Palpandian, because it also I feel it leads me back to myself, to my nature, and how I can relate the world through it. And this is very precious for me.
The basic and core concept of Siddhas is based on chittam. Actually, there are four faculties of human are there: mind, intellect, memory, and ego. Manas, buddhi, chittam, ahankaram. And Siddha's way of approaching the ultimate or understanding the nature is based on chittam. The exact word for chittam in English is bio-memory.
They can alter the matters, the memories. Actually, all the objects we are seeing, these all coming behind from a memory. They're capable of changing that memory because they travel inside them. Because he is also, himself is also one of the forms of nature in this universe. Like a stone, we are also here. Like a table, we are also here. Once we travel our inside, we will reach a core. From that core, we can create or we can alter all the things because the core is the same in all. Okay. So in the way they mastered the memories of every forms in the nature, they reach the highest possibilities of human.
Siddha tradition is very vast in what it has to offer, and there is so many different dimensions to it, and each dimension is a universe by itself. And the depth of it is limitless.
They tackled every aspect of a human's life, whether it is on the physical level, medical level, psychological level, and definitely the spiritual level.
Our path is the AgaGuru tradition, which, as I said, is based on Varma healing and different types of healing. But there are many other traditions in the Siddha path, and I learned that they specialize in 64 different types of art. And according to their lineage, they believe that any one of these 64 paths, if you really imbibe them, and if you really took it to heart, you could attain what is called in India mukti, or liberation. So, according to our own inner propensities, the students will choose the path that was close to who they were.
A part of them, it's astrology, it's medicine, it's yoga, alchemy, healing. What else? There are probably so many more which I can't recall right now, but it's very, very multifaceted. Varmam.
For me, Siddha tradition is a waste field. I couldn't even start to describe it because I only know so little of it. But what I was able to learn so far is different aspects from healing. So Siddha tradition has one part of it is healing, which comes also in very different ways. Vamam, like the manual physical aspect of it, is just one part of it. And also the Vamam has different parts in itself. It's definitely alchemy. This is also where some of the medicines come from, or the understanding of the medicines and how they work in the body and how exactly they have to be prepared so that they can reach exactly where they should work. So for this, very deep understanding of alchemy has to be there. And there's of course a spiritual aspect, which brought me first here. So it lays out a path with also different aspects, but very simple tools along the way to have a better understanding of myself, and not through the mind, but through my body itself.
People think Siddha means only medicine. It is not only medicine. It teaches everything. Every tradition teaches service to mankind. So in Siddha tradition also, the main perspective is to service to the humanity. Medicine is the byproduct of the Siddha tradition.
Siddha tradition is not only concerned with medicine, Varmam healing, it is also concerned with martial arts. That is the native art followed in our place, that is called Kalari and Silambam. It is also concerned with astrology. It is also concerned with astronomy, alchemy, and occult sciences, and so on it is going. You can see any literature written by our Siddha, it won't be just a medicine literature or an astronomy literature. A Siddha will travel almost in all the dimensions. In the initial, Siddha will be explaining the embryology of the human, and then next about the medicine, and surprisingly he will be talking about astrology or Varmam or martial arts, like that alchemy. The same Siddha handling all the dimensions. The thing is, they have the only one principle. If we want to manifest things outside, we have to make a journey inside. Our inner change creates a manifestation in the world.
So when we say Siddha tradition, it indicates that it's been practiced by a number of people in this land for years. It has been a way of life. So it tells you how to live within this world and how to break your human limitations and go beyond it also.
Surely what I know, the Siddha tradition, basically it's trying to direct you inwards, and at the same time realize that whatever inner journey that you're having isn't exclusive from the outside day-to-day living. So that's something that we need to understand on a very deep level, so that we do not exclude the spiritual teachings from the living the day-to-day life, whether be it in work, in social situations, with family, with friends, even with the way we eat, to be able to appreciate and live the moment, So it's a journey, yes, and it's been beautiful, very nice.
The people in the ancient times, they were known as Adi Tamizhargal. It is the pre-Vedic time. These people lived in the place here like a community in a traditional way, that they follow the life in coherence with the nature. They they traveled an inner journey. In that inner journey is part and parcel of their life. Like many think, Siddhas are too far away from us. They are lived in that age. They are not here and all. That tradition won't be alive here and all. In that time, in that situation, in the ancient times, they survived wholeheartedly. They achieved their inner journey. In the same way, while moving times, they are also adapting to the new times. They are living better and also guiding other people. They attain the inner journey, the ultimate realization and the highest possibilities they reach, that is Siddhahood.
A lot of people is thinking that Siddha tradition teaches detachment. It's not detachment. Siddha tradition tells how to live very attached, very lovely in their lifestyle. And it explains how to live happily with the present situation. Thousands of years ago, it has been organized. But in the present situation also, the tradition told that how to manage and how to overcome the present problems. It tells how to eat, how to walk, how to breathe itself.
Siddha is not given to one side and not the other. It is a very inclusive thing. Siddha is an all-inclusive of any growth, not for the purpose of growth, but for the purpose of being present and there at that moment, at that specific moment. This is where the Siddha is. This is where he is serving and shining exactly like the sun is shining, exactly like the flower is just flourishing in its garden.
Siddhatradition, tradition, lineage, sambradayam, parambaryam. So here tradition or lineage means in search of the ultimate or inner journey. But any tradition, in my view, is started with the primal matter, Shiva, and ends up in him only. For example, such tradition is so-called Parambaryam, which obviously was started with so-called Ramalingam Swami, followed by his disciple, so-called Chellappa Swami. And the last we know in that tradition, lineage, is so-called Mayandi Swamigal. The so-called burning stick, which was used by Ramalingam Swami, is now seen in the Samadhi of Sri Mayandi Swami. And as far as we look at that Parambaryam has ended with so-called Mayandi Swamigal. It continues with some disciple for the past 200 years. Maybe they are not easily visible, easily approachable by the common man or the seekers, and they may be continuing their work without any external show, like that. So any lineage, Siddha lineage, particularly Siddha lineage, starts with the primal matter and ends with him. The manifested forms are known as Siddhas, and they have paramparyams like that. The current lineage which we were introduced to and we very happily accepting and willing to follow is AgaGuru Parampariyam, to which Pal Pandian sir belongs, and his Guru like that. So we are a part of AgaGuru Parampariyam. AgaGuru, which means the Guru is inside.
To me, Siddha tradition, to me, is a nourishment, tremendous nourishment I get from practicing the practices I've learned in minimalistic movement, being able to have a teacher who, to me, is embodiment of compassion, and the knowledge that he carries and shares is just invaluable. It seems that there is really nothing there that he would not find very simple way of explaining and allow us to find the depth ourselves by pondering upon the informations or the sharing that he shares with us. So to me, Siddha tradition right now is basically the teachings of Pal Pandian and his lineage.